Welcome to the Millennial Group podcast. Today we'll be sharing how you can get competitive offers in 2024. Now, we all know the real estate market over the past 2 years has been an interesting one. It's one like we've never seen before, and it's been challenging for both buyers and sellers alike. So today we want to share with you some tips that might help you get to the closing table successfully and get as close to your asking price as possible. Now, the first tip I like to share with you is a rate buy down incentive. A rate buy down incentive is a financial arrangement in which a seller credits a buyer a cash incentive to buy down their rate. Now, this is an upfront fee, which is also known as points, and it's paid at the beginning of the loan term and is used to buy down the rate for the beginning of the term for a specified duration. Now, the lender, in return for the upfront payment, reduces the interest rate on the loan for a specified period. So, for an example, a common buy down would be a 2-to-1 buy down. And basically what will happen is the interest rate will reduce 2% for that first year for the buyer and 1% for that following year. Now, you might be wondering what exactly is enticing to the buyer, why they would want to utilize this, and why it might be beneficial for you. Now, it could benefit a seller when they're selling their home, because if a buyer is looking at homes on the market and your home stands out, it might be everything that they're looking for, but they feel that the monthly payments are too high, they might not want to go out and look at it. Now, if you offer this incentive to the buyer and share that you're willing to buy down their rate using the 2-to-1 buy down, then they might feel inclined to go out and look at your home, because then their monthly payments will be more affordable to them. Another reason why it might be beneficial as a home seller is that you could possibly not have to worry about reducing your asking price. Typically, when you're utilizing a 2-to-1 buy down, the buyer and their loan officer will run numbers to determine what their monthly payment will be. So rather than dropping your sales price $40,000, $50,000, which may not really affect the monthly payment for the buyer at all, you can use that incentive to help them make their monthly payments more affordable and have you not have to potentially reduce your sales price. And finally, another reason why it might be beneficial for you to utilize the 2-to-1 buy down incentive is that not many sellers are even aware of this incentive. So this is not something that a lot of people are offering in the market today to make their home stand out. So you can be a seller to utilize this incentive, get as much buyers in the home as possible, and ultimately help you get to the closing table. Another tip we want to share with you today is staging your home and why it's important. And we will let Dina talk about this.
So staging your home is really important and really crucial as a seller, because it helps buyers visualize that it's actually a home and not a white box, as we like to say. And study shows, according to the Real Estate Staging Association, 83% of staged homes sell faster than non-staged homes. And there's so many options you could choose from too. There are stagers who will charge you a monthly fee, and there's stagers that'll charge you upon closing as well. So definitely take a look at your options, see what best aligns with yours. But I highly recommend every seller look into staging, because like I said, it's very crucial, and I do think that it attracts the most buyers.
It does. And not only that, just to talk a little bit more about the options you have for stagers. The stagers that we typically like to refer to our clients are the stagers that delay their fees until closing. The reason why is, one, you don't have to worry about a lot of upfront costs. Typically, our stagers charge a $750 deposit, and that's it. You can keep the staging as home for as long as it's in the market without having to worry about shuffling out cash every month. And in the event your home doesn't sell for any reason, you get that $750 deposit right back, and you still do not have to worry about paying the cost of staging. So explore your options. If you have any questions as to who you should reach out to and who should stage your home and why it's beneficial, definitely feel free to give us a call. We're happy to talk about that a little bit more in detail with you. And finally, we'd like to talk about hiring the right real estate advisor. So I'll let Dina talk about this a little bit more too.
So hiring the right real estate team is also really important. you want to have someone that understands your home, what makes your home unique, what will make it stand out against all the other competition in the market, right? You want to have someone that can tell the story of your home.
I couldn't agree more, Dina. So when you're interviewing a real estate advisor, one of the qualities you want to look for during those interviews is someone who has the right marketing strategy and can bring the most exposure to your home. You want someone who's not just going to stick a for sale sign in the yard and just listen in the MLS and cross their fingers and hope something happens. You want someone who has an actual strategy in place that is customized specifically to your home to make sure that you get the most exposure as possible. Another thing you want to ask for is to have the real estate advisor give you updates as to what's going on with their marketing efforts. How are the ads performing? How are the showings doing? You want to make sure you're getting as much information from them to ensure that they're doing what they say they will do. I think that's highly, highly important in this industry, and quite frankly, not enough of us are doing it. You also want someone who has the experience with negotiation, with the buyer's agent, someone who knows market trends, who knows what's happening in the market, and can use that to your advantage to make sure that you get the best price possible and close on your home as quickly as possible as well. And finally, you want a real estate advisor who is responsive and communicative. I cannot tell you the amount of times where I've had a seller who was on the market with someone else. They didn't sell their home, and one of the most complaints that we receive is that I feel like my agent was not letting me know what was happening. I felt like my agent wasn't keeping me up to date. I feel like my agent wasn't returning my calls. And this is a very stressful situation. And it's super important that your real estate advisor is keeping you in the know so that you can be as prepared as possible for when an offer does come in. So if you have plans to put your home on the market in 2024, and you need a little bit of guidance, you need a real estate advisor that's a rock star and will advocate for you and make sure that you get as close or higher of an asking price than you would like and close in a quickest amount of time as possible, contact the Millennial Group. We're here to be of service, and we'll see you in the next episode.